Good evening. I am your host, Ben Williams. Tonight we will delve into the story of High Speed 2, also known as HS2, the United Kingdom's largest and most ambitious rail infrastructure project, designed to connect major cities such as London, Birmingham, Manchester, and Leeds with a high-speed rail network. Initially proposed in 2009, HS2 was envisioned to reduce travel times, boost regional economies, and address capacity issues on existing railways. According to the UK Department for Transport, HS2 was originally projected to cost £52 billion, but by 2023 this figure had exceeded £100 billion, with additional delays further inflating costs. This investigative story explores how political priorities, funding, controversies, and political changes have impacted HS2's execution, but also the consequences for stakeholders and the wide effects on the tourism and events industries. From the outset, HS2 has been deeply influenced by the government's decisions and shifting political priorities. A 2022 report by the National Audit Office (NAO) revealed that HS2's rising costs were largely due to changes in scope and inefficient project management. Political leaders have scaled back sections of the project, most notably the cancellation of the Manchester to Leeds Eastern Leg, Phase 2B, which the Conservative leader Rishi Sunak's government claimed would have saved £36 billion. However, this decision has sparked criticism, particularly from the northern leaders, who argue it undermines the government's levelling up agenda, aimed at reducing regional inequalities. The shadow of HS2's past hangs over the Labour Party. Keir Starmer announced that the Labour administration wouldn't overturn the decision to scrap the £36 billion Manchester segment of the rail project, was a key highlight of the opening day of the party's annual conference in Liverpool. Stakeholders such as local governments and businesses in the north have expressed frustration over these decisions. A study by the Northern Powerhouse Partnership found that cities like Leeds could have gained an additional £3 billion annually in economic output if the Eastern Leg had been completed. Instead, these areas face missed opportunities for growth as funding is diverted elsewhere. By contrast, cities like Birmingham stand to benefit from the completed Phase 1, which promises to reduce travel times between Birmingham and London from now 82 minutes to just 49 minutes, making the city more attractive to tourists and investors. One of HS2's most significant political challenges is its financial controversy. Critics argue that the project has diverted resources from other critical transport needs. A 2023 study by the Institute for Government noted that the projected £100 billion budget for HS2 could have funded more than 400 smaller rail projects across the UK, which might have delivered greater benefits to local communities. This trade-off highlights the difficult political choices involved in balancing national and regional priorities. Some political parties believe redirecting HS2 funds to other transportation projects could bring practical benefits and significant political advantages. Prioritising regional rail upgrades, electrification and improved bus networks would enhance connectivity in these areas, addressing the London-centric imbalance and boosting support in regions like North Wales. Subsidising fares and expanding cycling infrastructure could combat the cost of living crisis and promote sustainability, appealing to environmentally conscious and low-income voters. Investing in greener public transport and local roads would also align with the net zero goals and rural needs. This flexible approach demonstrates what the money could have improved instead of the HS2 project. Environmental concerns have also posed challenges. According to the Wildfire Trust, over 100 ancient woodlands are at risk during HS2's construction, sparking protests from environmental groups. While HS2 aims to reduce car and domestic flight usage by providing a sustainable transport alternative, critics argue that these environmental benefits may take decades to outweigh the immediate ecological damage caused during the construction. Public opinion has further complicated HS2's progress. A study in 2023 survey by YouGov found that 55% of UK residents believe the project is not worth its current cost. Changes in government leadership and shifting economic conditions have resulted in inconsistent support for HS2, further delay in construction and timelines. These factors have eroded public trust, raising questions about whether the project can still achieve its long-term goals. The delays and uncertainties surrounding HS2 have had a ripple effect on the travel and tourism and events industry. Research by Visit Britain estimated that improved connectivity from HS2 could increase domestic and international tourism by 10%, particularly in cities like Birmingham, Manchester, and Leeds. However, with the project delayed and scaled back, these potential gains remain unrealistic. According to Bassett, the COVID-19 pandemic caused delays to the project as the travel and tourism industry is one of the industries hardest hit by the pandemic. According to the UK sector, has seen a reported loss of 126,000 jobs, with over a third of businesses in the sector reporting losses of £1 million to £5 million in the travel and tourism industry, further raising opinions if the HS2 project is worth the funding. However, as of September 2024, the HS2 project has created over 31,000 jobs in the UK, with more than 4,500 of these positions filled by individuals who previously were unemployed. This workforce includes a diverse range of roles, from construction and engineering to project management and environmental specialists. Additionally, HS2 has welcomed over 950 new apprentice starts, putting it on track to meet its target of creating 2,000 apprenticeships. The project is expected to continue generating employment opportunities as construction progresses. For the events industry, HS2 was expected to enhance accessibility to major venues such as Birmingham NSC and Manchester Central, establishing them to attract larger conference and exhibitions. The NSC Group predicted a 15% increase in visitor numbers once the HS2 became operational, which would have boosted the local hotel, restaurant and retail venues. However, with the completion date of Phase 1 pushed back to the early 2030s, its uncertainty surrounding the later phases, businesses rely on improved rail connectivity face prolonged disruption and missed opportunities. HS2 is a prime example of how political decisions can shape the success or failure of major infrastructure projects. Rising costs, delays, and reductions in scope have significantly impacted its ability to deliver promised benefits. This has had a cascading effect on stakeholders, particularly those in the tourism and events sectors who have been left waiting for the improved accessibility and economic opportunities HS2 is expected to bring. Democratic leadership is a style where the leader involves the team in decision making, values their input, and encourages collaboration. This approach aligns closely with the needs of HS2, where the team involvement, collaboration, and shared responsibility are crucial. For HS2 to fulfill its potential, greater transparency and consistency in political decisions making is essential. A democratic leader would actively engage with stakeholders to address their concerns, fostering an environment of open communication and teamwork. Empowering the team members and stakeholders by valuing their input can encourage and motivate to ensure everyone has a role in shaping the project's direction. According to a 2022 report by the UK Infrastructure and Projects Authority, better project management and stakeholder collaboration could reduce delays by 20% and costs by 15%. Additionally, applying leadership style to future transport investments, such as prioritising rail projects like Northern Powerhouse Rail, could help balance national and regional needs, ensuring projects are not only efficient but also fair. HS2 was conceived as a bold vision to redefine the UK's transport network, promising to bridge regional divides, stimulate economies, and promote greener travel. Yet, as we've uncovered, the journey of this project has been anything but smooth. Escalating costs, shifting political priorities, and environmental challenges have put this long-term plan under intense scrutiny. For HS2 to avoid becoming a cautionary tale, decisive action is needed. Political leaders must foster transparency and demonstrate consistent commitment to delivering the project's promised benefits. Greater collaboration with stakeholders from regional authorities to locate communities can help restore trust and ensure that the project meets the diverse needs. HS2's ultimate success will hinge on its ability to balance ambition with practicality. It must overcome current challenges to deliver tangible benefits, from reducing travel times and creating jobs to boosting regional economies and fostering sustainability. The stakes are high not only for the project itself, but also for future infrastructure planning in the UK. Once again, thank you for listening. This has been your host, Ben. Have a great night.